Hey guys, my name is Sats. I'm a second year undergraduate computing student at Imperial College London, and I'm an Indian who grew up in Dubai, and in fact that's where I am right now. I'm in my parents' house in Dubai, and in this video I'm going to be sort of comparing Dubai life to London life and how it is to adjust, like the things that you find there, the differences. I hope that this will help those of you thinking of coming to study at Imperial and in London in general, and some tips from my side. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, so let's start with travel then. So as most of you will know, in Dubai, the way that people get around is I would say mostly taxis or ride-sharing apps like Uber or Careem, getting your parents to drive you places, or maybe driving by yourself. So car usually, but also there's the metro and the public buses. Now, the metro and the public bus system in Dubai, yeah, I mean it's good, it's comfortable, it's a really high quality service, but I would personally say it's not very connected. Now in London, the public transport system is a lot more comprehensive than in Dubai, and it can get you pretty much anywhere. There's always a bus stop within walking distance of where you are, or a tube station. To get around, you use these things called Oyster cards. You might have heard of them, and yeah, so this is mine. So my version with the picture and everything, that's a student Oyster card. You have to sign up for that, and then you can sort of load money into it in monthly packages or weekly packages as you'd like. So I usually get myself a monthly travel card because I travel to uni pretty much every day using my Oyster card, and that definitely does help you save on money. That's not it though. You can also cycle. So cycling is a big thing in London, unlike in Dubai. I guess there are some places where people could cycle, but it's not very common, I would say. So in London, you have these things called Santander bikes. So they're essentially bikes for hire, and you have bike ranks all around the city at regular intervals, and you can sort of pay a small fare and hire a bike, and then obviously the longer you ride it, the more you pay. In fact, if you have your own bike as well, that works too. You can cycle from home to uni, and there's plenty of spaces that you need to keep your bike safe, so it won't, like, security is not an issue. So yeah, I guess in summary, getting around London is really easy, a lot easier than in Dubai. So next up is food. In Dubai, the food scene is very vibrant, like you guys know. So in terms of food at South Kensington, you won't ever be wanting, and in London in general, there's, like Dubai, there's cuisines from all over the world. And like Dubai, you've got those apps like instead of Zomato, you have stuff like Uber Eats and Deliveroo and Just Eat and all of that. So those are really helpful. And British food is cool too. I never actually had British food in Dubai growing up. But yeah, obviously, when you're in London, you get to try these things. So my first experience was sort of having like a big old English breakfast at a pub, which was really a fantastic experience. So, you know, sausages, eggs, beans, toast. It's all the things you hear about but never really have all together at the same time. And yeah, it was a fantastic meal. It doesn't matter what sort of budget you're on, there's food for you. So moving on to people then. Growing up in Dubai, most of you will have experienced a very multicultural upbringing. So there's people from pretty much all over the world here in Dubai. I went to school myself with people from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Vietnam, Philippines, you know, Indonesia, the UK. So yeah, I mean, there's people from all over the world really. It's pretty much the same in London. Imperial is a very, very, very multicultural place, and there's people from all over the world that you can make friends with. And for example, I'm friends with sort of nationalities that I've never been friends with before. Like I've got Italian friends, Spanish friends, French friends. People in London, they're really, really amazing. So I've never met anyone who has ever been rude to me. London is a city where everyone's always happy to help, and sort of you're expected to extend that courtesy as well. So making friends was quite easy and quite natural. So when you come to uni, you spend pretty much all the freshers together, with people on your course, with people in your halls, and that's usually where you'll make your first friendships. And it's worth putting in a bit of time and effort into these friendships because, well, I'd say my best friends, apart from, my course and my societies, are mainly from my halls. Another great place to meet friends is by joining clubs and societies. So I signed up for a dance competition for fun in my first year, and I sort of got hooked, and I became part of the Indian Society, of which I'm now a committee member. You can Google it, I'm pretty sure there's a humongous number of societies at Imperial. So you'll find like-minded people, and I would really recommend trying something new. Like, dancing is something that I'd never done before in my life, and I love it now, and I'm definitely going to keep doing it. I've been experimenting with different dance styles at uni. In summary, it's halls is a big one, clubs and societies, and your course. So those are, for me, the four main places that I make my friends, or made my friends. Finally, let's talk about social life. So in Dubai, social life is pretty good. There's no shortage of things to do, cinema, other forms of entertainment. You've got the beaches as well, like Kite Beach, etc. So yeah, there's lots to do in Dubai. I would say there's also a lot to do in London, and it's very different things. You have stuff like Hyde Park in South Kensington, so really close to Imperial. It's humongous, and it's an experience. There's like lots of clubs that you experience for the first time, I would say, going to London. And so as soon as I got to uni, I was able to experience that whole area of nightlife and see what all of that's about. Clubbing is definitely a fun experience that a lot of people take to. That's definitely, at least give it a try, see if you like it, see if you enjoy it. Not everyone does. Something that's a personal favorite for me is Winter Wonderland. So it's a little sort of fair that comes to Hyde Park every winter, and lots of people go, and there's rides, there's food, and it's like a little magical. It's called Winter Wonderland. You can make the image in your head. There's plenty of things to do in London, and no matter what sort of person you are, what sort of budget you're on, whether you drink or you don't drink, there's something out there for you. I hope this helped you understand a little bit more about what living in London is like. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.